So what we did find is that if you have an engine that's just running at idle with no load on it, you can put a lot more of this gas in without any adverse effects. So from there we developed carbon cleaning. You know, on a motorcycle, 20 minutes and you're done, and the effect will last you for at least 6 months.
I just want to make sure that there was no chance of this messing up the tuning of the bike.
No, because it's not. It doesn't have anything to do with that. All it's going to do is remove the carbon deposits and allow the engine to run as it was originally designed. It'll bring the engine back to its pristine condition. And the fact that you've ridden the bike, it's completely broken in, so you should, in effect, get better performance than you've ever had before. But this does not have any effect on any engine management system, any control system, carburation, fuel injection, nothing like that. It's definitely all it does is just make the inside of your engine nice and clean. But most people, when they ride a bike like this, it's cruising, low RPM, low speed, and that's exactly the wrong way if you want to prevent carbon from building up. You never get a chance to blow out the engine. If you look under a microscope, carbon deposits are very rough. They're just ridges, so it increases the friction inside the engine, number one. Number two is carbon deposits act like a sponge. They actually absorb raw fuel and oxygen. So the more carbon deposits you have, the lower the burning efficiency gets, which gives you more carbon deposits. And then the third thing that happens is the cylinders are designed for maximum turbulence. That's how you get the horsepower. Carbon deposits disrupt that turbulence because they're like ridges. So if the turbulence is designed to go this way, on this side of the ridge is no problem, but on this side you have nothing. So you're losing power and you're losing the ability to burn all of that fuel. So by removing it, you get your horsepower back, you should get better mileage, and whether you care about it or not, you'll definitely have lower emissions. The people who have been getting the carbon cleaning done consistently from the beginning are not having the maintenance problems that normally associate with vehicles of that age, especially with the engine, the drivetrain. So the engine, the exhaust, because it's being cleaned out, it lasts long.
You want me to take the cover off the intake?
Absolutely.
Yep. They have to be done.
Is that right?
Yeah. All right, can we take the filter element off? Perfect.
So it's not even a seal attachment then. You're just feeding that in addition to the air it's taking.
It depends on the engine. If it's a car where you have a vacuum port, then we connect it to the vacuum port. If you don't have a vacuum port available, then we run it through the air intake.
You're actually creating a flow out of the hose that you're going to be holding?
Yeah, pure oxygen and hydrogen gas will come out of here. It'll start the bike, and then we'll start opening up the valve slowly. What you want to have is just a little bit of pressure showing on the gauge. You don't want to go all the way down to zero.
Okay. Just a little bit on the gauge. Okay.
Okay. You can start this up.
Which one do you want me to start with? The one on the right?
Yes. Entirely up to you.
Ready?
Yeah. No, it should be fine. Keep going. nitrogen gas going into there, basically you have almost perfect combustion. So carbon monoxide is going to be basically zero. Hydrocarbons will be about 95 to 99% lower. The NOx emissions, nitrogen, also almost nothing.
Started at about 8:24. Right now it's 8:30.
Engine's starting to run smoother.
I can tell. Oh yeah, you can hear it. I did it to a diesel engine. 15 minutes later, light was on pressure, and on carbon. The guy at the shop I do my carpet on, my favorite carpenter,
When we're done, in another 10 minutes or so, we'll shut off the gas production, right?
Right.
And then I'm going to rev up the engine a few times, and I want you to have the video at the exhaust pipes, and we'll see what comes out.
Okay.
If he's got a lot of carbon deposits, you're going to see the black come out.
Right.
If the carbon deposits were not that bad, you might see some, but it'll be blown out as he's riding it.
Right.
Any baked on carbon deposits will be gone within 2 weeks, because this will have broken them up, loosened them up, and during normal driving, you'll have it. Yeah, this has no effect on engine oil or anything beyond the rings. Well, we're actually just about done. If we would use it one machine, I'd say a little bit longer, but we're just using both machines, we should be pretty much done. So you can turn both of the output valves, close them up. All right. They're both completely closed, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's see what comes out. Okay, I think the fact that you do a lot of long driving is helpful.
Yeah.
All right, so we can put this back together.
Similar to what they have at Advanced Auto if you buy the special filter that's washable. That's the high flow filter.
Yeah, the oil really helps to hold on to a lot of the particulates. That's what we have seen. The most significant difference is the ability of the engine to pull at low RPM. Well, you're all set.
What do you want me to do?
Well, do what you want to do. Take it for a ride and find your way back here and let me know what you think.
All right.
You might want to circle around in the grass. Give him some room.
So we'll wait for him to come back and see what he has to say.
All right.
There is nothing like the sound of a Harley.
Well, two things I noticed. One, at the low end, the power seems a lot more stable. It's very even. It's very solid at the low end. The second thing is that at the upper end, cruising at, I told you I normally shift around 3,000 RPMs. Cruising at about 55, 60 miles an hour, 3,000 RPMs, the motor seemed very stable, very quiet. It wasn't, it's quieter, I mean, it seems smoother than, I'll tell you what, I mean, if this thing, I go down to see how this thing works. I mean, if I see the improvement you're talking about that I to expect, I've got a lot of friends that ride, and a lot of older bikes out there.
Oh, without a doubt. The older the bike is, or the older the engine is, the more carbon there is in it, and you're going to see a bigger improvement. Basically, what this does is it brings the internal components back to their original configuration.
Yeah, I could actually hear the more the metallic clank, that you hear when it's brand new. That
Right.
when you first get it, you hear that metallic sound, and haven't heard that in a long time.
It's the same thing when I did it to my car.
Yeah.
I ran it, both machines in my car, and I took it out for a ride.
Fantastic. Thanks again. I appreciate it.
Ryan,
Yep,
thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I will definitely let you guys know how things go with the DC truck.
Okay.